Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with Disabled Vets Perspective, and I wanted to bring up a couple of things. Yesterday, I mentioned on my video about things in, as I said, Kazakhstan or whatever. Kazakhstan is actually how you say it, so I was able to get that corrected. But I also watched a podcast from somebody who is familiar with Kazakhstan. And they're getting some inside information. So what I have learned is, remember we discussed the saying that, they're protesting over fuel prices. Well, I told you that if they say it's over fuel prices, you can bet your entire ass that it is not about fuel prices. Well, I got justification for my skepticism, I guess you would call it. Turns out that the mandates and the lockdowns and the green passes and all of the things that are being required for people to exist, where they were reaching a boiling point and they found it. It turns out that they took the people that chose not to get the prick and made it so that they can no longer access their bank accounts without the prick. So they essentially took everybody's money away, because if you can't access the bank, you can't do anything. You have no more life. I mean, if you grow your own veggies, maybe that's going to hold you out for a while. If you have some preps, obviously you can survive for a little while. But here is the dealio, yo. Come on. If a person has nothing left to lose, that person becomes pretty dangerous. It's just a fact. I mean, people exist and they function at their own level, but if you take away a person's ability to eat, to keep electricity on, to keep the heater running, to take care of their newborn baby that is susceptible to temperature changes and things like that, you hit the right button and you get yourself a whole can of whoop-ass opened wide up. And they hit that button. They were pushing these people as far as they could possibly push. And each time they pushed, I'm sure people got angry, but, they're like, all right, well, as long as they don't do this, I'll keep going. I'll do what they tell me to do. And then they do another thing. And then it's, well, oh, that's really frustrating. But, as long as they don't do this, though, then we'll just let things slide a little bit. Well, they finally did this. They took away people's ability to access their funds. So, in a sense, that is almost like a threat of murder. Because if a person cannot have the essentials for life, they're going to die. So what they've done is they've made it a threat to the health and well-being of the people. Well, the people decided that was the straw. That camel he's on 4 broken legs and a broken back now. So what they've done over there is they have removed the people at the prick facilities. They have started to take police officers into custody. A lot of the government officials have fled, and if I were to guess on this one, total guess, I would say they're all running to New Zealand, because that seems to be a safe haven for them. So that's a guess, but they're leaving. So the ones that didn't get out are being taken out of their office by the people. So what has happened over there is they reached that tipping point and they said no more, And they also realized that they have the number of people to take back their country. So I'm surprised it has taken this long for even one country to really put an end to this. But I guess you have to hit the right button. I don't know what to say about Australia. There's a lot of people there. Just the pure numbers would be an overwhelming force that couldn't be matched by the military or the police. All they have to do is decide they're done with this. And, you know, it would be over. It's one thing to not comply. It's another when you just finally say, you know what, you are not going to implement any more rules. Because that's all they are, is rules. So, I don't know what to tell them. But anyway, that's what's going on in Kazakhstan. So, just so you guys are up to date on that. The media is blacked out. Their internet is blacked out. At least 12% of the Bitcoin mining has been halted because it goes through there, apparently. So, all in all, it's going to be interesting stuff. Plus, the Illuminati have their base of operation there. So, you know, you have that too. But anyway, the second thing I wanted to bring up was the Supreme Court. Now, something that some people don't realize is that even the Supreme Court, if they go anti-constitution, we are obliged to not obey. It doesn't matter if their opinion says something, because if it contradicts the Constitution, then their opinion is worth as much as you might sign a piece of toilet paper with after you get done pooping. So, what has happened is Sotomayor, the left-wing dingbat, you know, the one in the black robe, one of the many in the black robe, just came out with a steaming pile, a foot tall, of pure unadulterated crap, and spewed a whole slew of lies about the Rona. And I tend to think that if you can catch a Supreme Court justice bold face lying, like flat out lying with 100% proof that she is lying, or he, they should be expelled from the bench. Now, in this regime, that's not going to happen. But there has got to be something somewhere that allows for a Supreme Court justice to be expelled. And trying to fearmonger the people with bold-faced lies to maintain a narrative with false information, that should be grounds for dismissal. So, I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know how many buttons people are going to have pushed. I know Kazakhstan put up with an awful lot before they popped like a zit. But if people just stop obeying and stop doing all of this stuff, then it would be over. Just like that. The only reason people obey is because they're afraid of something. Oh, the big old bad government's going to come get me. Well, we got the numbers to put a stop to that shit. And what they do is they handpick somebody who's a patriot, and they come in with a swarming SWAT team, and they make a big display about it on TV and show how easily they were able to overwhelm that person. And then everybody who's watching that is in a position where they would stand against it are going, oh shit, they really did get him. Well, what if the same thing happened? The SWAT team shows up, and what if there are 1,000 people standing with him? That would be a pretty overwhelming force, and there wouldn't be any of this, well, we'll just grab this one and we'll make a show of it. If we got ourselves together and we became united, then there is no force that can stand against us. We outnumber them at least probably 25 to 1. I mean, that's probably a lot more. We outgun them by probably 100 to 1, but yet they're still able to push us around. Come here. Come here, pup. Good boy. But anyway, that's really what I got. I just wanted to get out here and give an update on Kazakhstan because it's a big deal. It's the first country to decide they're done with it. But anyway, if you like what I have to say, hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. Tell your friends about me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And until next time, y'all, stay in the fight.